So I just listened to the audiobook for Clayton Christensen's The Innovator's Solution, and it ended with a pretty strong exhortation that if your marketing plan is directly about competing with a common way of doing something, that you really should think again, because the big markets are really composed of non-users, people who don't use anything at all right now, and not the market of people who are using whatever is currently big. Now, this is interesting because so much of business history seems to be about directly opposing forces, and you can't look at how companies like Netflix took away from Blockbuster. You've got to look at how companies like Netflix got people who had soured on renting movies entirely, or weren't renting movies at all, or just didn't like the VCR that much. How Netflix got those users into getting DVDs through the mail, which was unique and appealed to people who didn't use the service at all, didn't use Blockbuster at all. Quite likely it took a while for people who were like total Blockbuster fans to start going, hey, I can get everything on Netflix, why do I go to Blockbuster at all? The first people to take to Netflix were people who were internet people. And as it turned out, there were a lot more of them than there were people who went to Blockbuster all the time, even though back in the day you thought that everybody went to Blockbuster. So people who were surfing the internet a lot saw Netflix ads all over the place. I think I remember seeing Netflix pop-up ads on MySpace all the time. They went at it a lot like AOL. They just kind of made sure that everybody was aware of their service. And they also made a really good job of having a free trial. In hindsight, it's easy to say, oh, Netflix competed with Blockbuster, but really, Netflix's customer acquisition strategy wasn't about directly taking away from Blockbuster immediately. They clearly designed a better service than Blockbuster, but the people who rented from Netflix probably weren't going to Blockbuster all the time. They probably found out about it like I did through surfing on MySpace. So it follows that people who really love whatever product that you've created your product against, they're just not going to abandon ship because you've got something better. It's hard enough to like something, so when people like your competitors, leave them alone.